y'all, and welcome back to my channel. And welcome to even more creating content with stuff that I already have. I know y'all like a lot of videos where I talk about like products that are like, ugh. You know, things that already exist, things that people don't necessarily talk about. You know, we've got, you know, the best of high-end, the best of low-end, you know, dupe videos. We've got high-end outperforming, low-end outperforming high-end. And today we're going to talk about underrated products. I'm pretty sure I've done this at least once before. If I have, I will try to find that shiz and leave it down below. Because oftentimes when we get, I feel like I say this any type of video, but oftentimes we get all lost in the, ooh, everything's new and everything's getting put out, because there just is so much getting put out. And because there's so much like turnover and, oh, look at this new bronzer, look at this new palette, look at this new blush, look at this new eyeliner. You know, sometimes we don't pull it back and look at products that are just getting all lost in the newness. So today I'm going to talk about products that I think are very underrated and should be spoken about more within the community. Things that I hold in very high esteem that I don't necessarily see getting talked about a lot. Because y'all know when I feel passionately about a product, I feel passionately about it, and I'm just all like, this is amazing, and I want other people to experience the amazingness. We are going to start off with a pricey item. Y'all know Natasha Denona, everybody loves her eyeshadows. They think they the bomb diggity. I, however, have not found a palette or an eyeshadow formula from her that has done me right, but something of hers that has never done me wrong are her complexion products. And everyone talks about the tan, bronze, and glow, and the bloom, blush, and glow, whatever, and those deserve all the whatevers they get. They're amazing. But y'all, people are going on and on and on about her eyeshadows, but her highlighters, these are the Super Glow Duochrome, not so much highlighters. They're only 3 shades. I use the light to medium and the fair to light. Just the fair. I use these all around. This is like my winter color, and then this is like my summer color. I just keep switching them out. I don't know if you can tell, but I've used them a fair amount, and these are just a beautiful formula. This is a high-end formula that I would recommend over Becca. I would recommend it over Jouer. It is just an absolutely sublime formula. I think I included these in my best of high end. I mean, I absolutely love these, and I do not understand why more people don't talk about these, especially people who are like highlighter junkies, because these are just, they're just so beautiful. They're definitely a formula that can be built up. You can start off all nice, soft, and subtle, and then you can go ka-cha, cha-cha-cha, glowing to the gods. Like, those swatches look absolutely pitiful, but on the face, they look absolutely amazing. Like I said, I feel like so many people hype up her eyeshadows, and a lot of people are like end all be all diehards for that. But for me, I think these are so amazing. If you're looking to like invest and be like, okay, I want to have like 2 highlighters in my collection, I would say that one of these should be that. They also have a darker one for deeper complexions, but I'm pasty. Then if we're going on the highlighter train, we may as well just, you know, keep doing that. This is a highlighter that I bought just because I had to have everything back in the day. And back in the day, Lorac was definitely one of my like go-to brands. Not so much anymore, but that's okay. But the Lorac Light Source Illuminating Highlighters. If you have any kind of texture or any sort of imperfection and you want a highlighter that is just going to glide over top of it, there it is on the top. This highlighter is gonna be your favorite thing ever. That one was Starlight. This one here is in Daylight. Down right there. These are just so beautiful. This is such a hideously underrated formula. Then we've got Moonlight here, which is a bit more pinky, kind of hourglass ambient lighting thing going on, but like better. And last but not least is Twilight, which is, I think they only only have the 4. I know they have released like new ones of this they got deeper ones, but there is that one right there. I can only use that one in like the peak of summer. But y'all know your girl love to glow, and I will never steer you wrong when it comes to highlighters. If something be popping, no matter what the price point, I am going to let you know. They're just such, like, yes, they're popping, but they're popping without being like a streak. Like, they blend so beautifully into the skin, and it just delivers this like cha 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 while also being like this glorious, beautiful lit from within. I mean, it's basically just like the best of both worlds. These are absolutely stunning. I believe they're still available at Ulta, and then they have their other new ones, which I know Lacey from Spooky Lips and Fat Hips really like. So they're just so good. They're cute and compact and just absolutely everything I could want in a highlighter. Then if we're gonna talk everything I could want in a highlighter, but we've also got to get a little bit of a lower price point. Y'all know I've talked about these things a myriad of times. These are no stranger to my channel. But these are the Collab The Filter highlighters. This one, it's even starting to wear off of it. I've used it so much. This one here is uncensored, which is like a beautiful peachy champagne-y gold whateverness. Then this one is glow for the gold, which as it would state, it's just straight up champagne gold going on there. I would say this formula is very comparable to the Lorac one. So if you're wanting a highlighter that's going to be ka-cha, but also just really healthy illuminating, that smooths on the skin, doesn't emphasize texture, wrinkles, all that jazz, I would recommend these. I don't know if you can still get them in Sally's. Whenever I link these, I usually go to the site on just the Collab site. But they're just such a beautiful, I can't remember. I saw one person talk about these and one person talk about the liquid highlighter. And that's like, I know Jen Loves Reviews has talked about these, and they're just so good and beautiful. I mean, for the price, I mean, if you took these pans like out of whatever and didn't tell me the price point, I'd be like, that's a $50 highlight right there. Next, you're gonna see a trend in this video. Lunar Beauty by Manny MUA. I was on the Half Cousins podcast recently, and we just kind of had, me and Lacey kind of had a meeting of minds with like, his whatevers is just kind of completely underrated. But these are his Moon Prism powders. I mean, packaging beyond absolutely gorgeous. This one here is in Mercury, which is my most used. This one is definitely very fair friendly. Honestly, very similar to the eyeshadow, the Metal Crush eyeshadow from Kat Von D in Thunderstruck. So that gives me all kinds of happiness. Then this one here is in Mars, which is a much more like peachy one. I have to use this one as a blush topper, or I mix it in with another one, but it's still absolutely gorgeous. And if you've got deeper skin tone, he's got some ones that would just look absolutely gorgeous. That's one thing that I really liked about this release, that he had, like, you know, you had one for the super pasty, and then he's also got a myriad of ones for deeper skin tone. So I really like that. And these are just a beautiful, stunning formula. And you don't hear people talking about them. You don't see them in declutters. You don't see them in collection videos. I haven't heard hardly anybody talk about these. But this is a product from him I just absolutely love. I really didn't have, well, I had some kind of expectations, because his highlighter palette from that Greek Goddess collection is absolutely sublime. So I was kind of hoping for something along those lines. It isn't exactly the same formula, but it's still, just beautiful. Then something that became kind of a favorite by accident. I didn't really go out of my way to buy these. They were something that I found at Marshall's. We've all been there, I'm sure. But these are the BareMinerals Gen Nude blushes. They're just, okay, so let's start from the top. They have a couple different peachy ones. I know they've got a myriad of colors. These are only the ones that I've found at Marshall's. But you've got this one that's in Bellini Brunch, which is this beautiful peachy goodness. You got, that would add a little bit of pop here into this look. There's this beautiful, super soft, finely milled, very pigmented, just a beautiful wash of color. But what I love about these and why I think these are super underrated is you've got the colors that work for me. Okay, we got the peachy whateverness, and then we got that peach though. And then you've got these two shades here. This one here is in You Had Me at Merlot and But First Coffee. You're looking at them and you're thinking, I'm not so sure that's a good idea. But you get just a little bit going on here, and just the way that these blend into the skin, it's this beautiful, perfect, ethereal, airbrushed, healthy. Like, it literally just looks like your skin, but with color. And then even this one, which is the coffee one, which once again you look at and you're like, that may be a bad idea. But just that seamless, gorgeous flush. My color is all kinds of crazy, but you get just a little bit and it just blends out so gorgeously. Like when I first had, I believe they were in a favorites video, but when I first got these, I was like, okay, those are a little intense. But I applied them onto my cheeks and they were just absolutely perfect. I know BareMinerals, like there are some people, I mean with any brand, there are people who are die-hard fans, but I feel like BareMinerals has like a few set products that people are like, yeah, this is good, but then there are other products that they have that don't get the love that they deserve. And I would say that these blushes are definitely deserving of love. If I wasn't on a low buy, I would love to have more of these in my collection, but for now, I will just settle with the ones that I have, and they're just a beautifully curated formula. Then we might as well discuss the semi-elephant in the room, more Lunar Beauty. His eyeshadows are good, do not get me wrong, but I feel one of the ultimate standouts and underrated products, not just out of his line, but why more people aren't talking about these, I don't know. But these are his liquid lipsticks and his lip glosses. Ever since the first time trying these with the Greek Goddess collection, I have fallen absolutely in love. It is the liquid lipstick formula is this perfect level of heckin' pigmented with beautiful, soft, matte breathability. I mean, the formula, dare I say it, is very near perfection. They dry down beautifully. They don't crack. They don't feel heavy. They're just, you know, you're wearing it and your lips look popping, but you don't know you're wearing it. They wear really nice. They don't crack. They don't get all kinds of nasty all up in there. I mean, basically, ever since he did these, any collection that he has released that has had liquid lipsticks and glosses, which we'll talk about in a minute, I have purchased them. Not because I'm like, oh, I want to try this out and see how it is, because I have become accustomed to a certain amount of quality and formula with his liquid lipsticks. It would probably be one of my top 3 favorite formulas. And then if we're going to talk about top formulas, y'all know your girl isn't a huge gloss person. Like I'm not popping on the gloss a lot, but if I do, it is gonna be one of these 3. We've got the one from the Greek Goddess collection, we got the one from the Strawberry Dream collection, and the one from the Moonspell collection. These are beautiful. What I love about these is they are pigmented without being gloopy and nasty. Like I want to say this one over top a liquid lipstick to my brother's wedding, and it wore so nicely. It looked beautiful over top the liquid lipstick. My lips look plump and juicy and gorgeous. If you are a fan of lip gloss, or if you want to invest in a lip gloss, like I said, these lip products are just so good. I don't know what kind of formula he's trying to make, but whatever it is fan-tucking-fastic. I think these are just absolutely stunning. Just like if I could have, if he were to just decide to come out and be like, you know what? I'm gonna make a Jaclyn Hill move and I'm gonna come out with 20 shades of nude in liquid lipstick, I would buy it to review it just because I want it. I mean, even the black that he has here, one of the best black liquid lipsticks I've ever used. This shade here from the Strawberry Dream, just so good. If you want to pick something up from his collection, highly, or anything he does, highly recommend the lip products. Then we're gonna end on something that definitely lends itself toward that expensive category, but this is something that I feel is underrated because the quality and the curation is just so fabulous. This is the Besame Sleeping Beauty 1959 collection. This is the eyeshadow palette. The only thing negative I have to say about this is that, you know, you got it and then this bit here really doesn't want to fold back so you can use it. So it's like boing. But on the inside, the curation of the tones, the formulation of the shades is absolutely wonderful. I wish that this wasn't limited edition. I wish that Besame would come out with permanent palettes because this is such a beautiful eyeshadow formula. And for someone like me who loves mattes, this is a absolutely stunning formula. I do feel like this was kind of a little bit of a niche thing. I mean, Besame kind of has a certain demographic that I would probably say that Kylie or Jeffree Star people wouldn't necessarily coincide. And they're also, they don't have, established eyeshadows. They've got their lipsticks and their eyeliner and their mascara and stuff like that. But this is just so stinking good. If it is still available, even before it goes on sale, I reviewed this and this is something that I was like, it is expensive, but this is worth every single penny. And I wish people would jump more on this bandwagon because they're like a mainstream brand, but I wouldn't say that they're as mainstream as say Too Faced or Urban Decay or anything like that. And so I would highly recommend supporting Besame because the quality and the craftsmanship is just, it's not just pretty packaging. You're paying for really good formulas as well and great makeup. And if I talked about the eyeshadow, I need to talk about this blush palette, which is something that I bought just kind of because I wanted it. I love blush and I wanted to review it. Aside from the Natasha Denona Bloom Blush and Glow whatever it is, this is probably my absolute favorite face palette. The blushes are absolute perfection. Like Color Story aside, because people can get all like, yeah, whatever about Color Story. That's subjective. But the formula is just so good. And what really blew me away is I'm like, okay, this is like vintage makeup. I'm not sure how poppin' these highlighters are gonna be, but let me tell you, they are poppin'. They're just so pretty. Like the first time I used this one, I was like, I'm not sure what I'm gonna expect. And then like, it was just a beautiful moment. I don't need another face palette in my life, but if they were all like, hey, we're gonna do, I don't know, Cinderella, and they release another blush palette, I'd be like, boom, I'm gonna review it because it's so good. Like I would, if they released singles of this and this, or of this formula, because it's just so well done. Like, it's finely milled, it's beautiful, it's pigmented without being too pigmented. It's just this beautiful conglomeration of just perfection. And the fact that it's a Disney princess pretty much doesn't hurt the cause. Same as the eyeshadow palette. If you've been looking at this and you're like, I'm not sure, it's kind of pricey, although this is like $34, which is kind of not as hyped up there as the 68 eyeshadow palette, I would say go on in and get it. I have not been disappointed with anything out of this collection. Okay, I totally lied. We have absolutely one more product here. Now I've only got one thing from this company. This was sent to me by one of y'all and I just about lost my mind because when this was released, I saw Jessica. I will leave her name somewhere. I can see her face in my mind, but she posted about getting this and I was like, I kind of really want that, but I kind of don't do single shadows. Oh wait, you do ColourPop, hypocrite. But this is the Sydney Grace Danny bundle. And this is amongst the holiest of holies when it comes to green eyeshadow. The matte formula is probably one of the best I've used, at least when it comes to green. The shimmers are stunning. This is just a truly beautiful, and I feel like a lot of indie brands are underrated on a whole, because you have like a certain set of YouTubers, you know, like Georgia Harris, like Teresa is Dead, like Karen Harris Makeup, Lacey, you know, those people who, you know, are very knowledgeable and very in the know about like indie makeup, but the mainstream people, and I'm guilty of this a lot, you know, I'm going to Sephora and I'm like, Anastasia, Makeup Revolution, Urban Decay, Too Faced, Viseart, you know, and so I'm not investing as much into these indie brands as I should, because you know, if they sold this shiz at Sephora, if they did this bundle here and they put it in like a little palette and they sold it to me for like $65, I'd be like, yes, worth every single blinking penny, because the formula is just so beautiful. This is one of those things where I'm like, when I'm doing green, I have to be like, okay, you need to not use this today, because I have never been disappointed with any way that I've used these, or using them with other shadows, pairing them with a ColourPop, pairing them with Viseart. They perform on par with anything that I've used with them, and maybe even better. I would love to invest in more from them. They're just, I've got my low buy going on, so I'm not sure like if I could get a review out of it. I don't know. But there's the Danny bundle. The green is abs. If you love green, you need this bundle in your life. All right, all y'all, there we had that for underrated makeup. Like I said, I'm not sure if I've done this before or what. Y'all know I love singing my song to the whatevers about makeup that I feel doesn't get the appreciation and the press that it deserves. Obviously, I'd love to hear about what you feel about these products here that I've talked about, as well as something that you think is underrated, because a lot of good makeup kind of like gets lost in the hubbub, you know, falls under the cracks and through the cracks and whatever, because there's just so much being released, and a lot of us, you know, a lot of the whatever get caught up in the new, and we need to take a moment and think about other things and just all this turnover. But thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and as always, keep it real. Mwah!